Listen closely. There is a silence deeper than words, a calm that holds more power than any force you can see. In the Shaolin tradition, this silence is not emptiness, it is preparation. True strength is not found in endless movement, but in the stillness before movement begins. Like the pause before a strike, the quiet breath before a step, the calm heart before a storm. And today I want to guide you into a teaching many overlook. People believe mastery is constant effort, constant push, but the truth is different. Without stillness, action loses precision. Without calm, energy becomes scattered. The universe itself responds to the state of your heart. When you carry stillness, you are no longer chasing outcomes. You are aligning with a rhythm older than time. Stay with me, because in this journey we will uncover how Buddhist wisdom and Shaolin practice meet in one powerful truth: the universe delivers, but only when you are steady enough to receive. You will learn why discipline is not punishment but silent fate, why obstacles are not enemies but teachers, and how emptiness, so often misunderstood, is the hidden doorway to strength. There are stories from Shaolin halls, moments of quiet training, where hours of stillness prepared a monk more than days of motion. These are not just tales of discipline, but lessons on how the world itself bends to the one who masters calm. By the end of this teaching, you will understand how to walk through life without panic, without fear, and without doubt, trusting that what belongs to you will find its way. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire. If these teachings speak to you, subscribe and walk this path with us. There is a rhythm to life that cannot be rushed. Like the turning of seasons, like the ripening of fruit, everything depends on the meeting of causes and conditions. In Buddhism, we say nothing appears out of nowhere. Every result is born from a chain of seeds, actions, and timing. Think of a farmer. He cannot pull the plant from the soil to make it grow faster. If he forces it, the roots break, and the harvest is lost. All he can do is prepare the ground, plant carefully, water with patience, and trust that the sun and rain will do their work. This is how the universe also moves. When you try to force outcomes, you create resistance inside yourself. The mind grows restless, the heart grows anxious. You fight against the natural current, and in that struggle, energy is wasted. Many people do this without knowing. They try to grab what is not ready or cling to what is already passing. Both lead to suffering. Calm trust is different. It is not laziness, and it is not waiting with folded arms. It is active awareness. You remain steady, disciplined, and observant. You learn to see the signs when the time is ripe and when it is not. A Shaolin master knows when to strike and when to stay still. If you move too soon, the moment escapes you. If you hesitate too long, the opening closes. Timing is mastery. So we practice calm, not only to quiet the mind, but to sharpen our vision. We train ourselves to notice the unfolding of causes and conditions, to act when the universe aligns, and to rest when it does not. In this way, effort and trust become one path. There is an old teaching in the monastery: the one who reacts is already defeated. Not because the opponent has struck harder, but because the heart has been moved from its center. Calmness, in Shaolin understanding, is not the absence of fire. It is the mastery of fire. It is the ability to let flames rise without being consumed. Many people confuse calm with weakness. They think silence means submission, or that patience is fear. But the monks who sit in stillness for hours, unmoving, are the same monks who can unleash explosive power in a single breath. The discipline of calm is what makes the strength unshakable. When provocation comes, whether from an enemy, a stranger, or even the restless voice in your own mind, the choice is simple: lose yourself in reaction or hold your ground in stillness. Reaction scatters energy, calm gathers it. Reaction makes you predictable, calm makes you untouchable. Over centuries, Shaolin masters discovered that the universe itself mirrors this principle. A centered spirit attracts alignment. Opportunities, people, and conditions begin to meet you where you stand, because your energy is steady enough to hold them. Just as a still lake reflects the sky with clarity, a calm mind reflects the truth of the world without distortion. To live this way is not easy. It demands discipline in breath, discipline in thought, discipline in action. Yet every moment of practice builds authority over the self. And once you command yourself, nothing outside can command you. The path of calm is the path of mastery. Not because it shields you from storms, but because it allows you to stand through them, unshaken, waiting for the precise moment when the wind itself carries you forward. There is a saying from the old masters: the obstacle you resist the most is the one that reveals you the most. Every challenge carries within it a mirror. It does not appear to punish you, but to show you what still lies untrained inside. When hardship comes, the first impulse is often panic. The body tenses, the mind scrambles for escape, but in Shaolin teaching, the moment of tension is the exact place where you must pause. Instead of running from the fire, step close enough to feel its heat without being burned. Watch it, study it. In that observation, wisdom begins to form. A monk training in the hall may face a movement that feels impossible. His legs ache, his breath shortens, his strength collapses. If he panics, the practice breaks. But if he observes, he notices the weakness is not in the body, but in the patience of the mind. He does not blame the movement, the teacher, or the pain. He sees where he must grow. Life works the same way. When difficulties arrive, it is easy to point outward, at people, at circumstances, at fate itself. But the deeper path is to turn inward and ask what in me is unprepared, what discipline is lacking, what quality must be strengthened. This is mindful awareness, a steady gaze at reality without distortion. It is not judgment, and it is not self-punishment. It is clarity. With clarity, every challenge becomes training. Every setback becomes guidance. Through this practice, the world no longer feels like an enemy to fight. It becomes a teacher, patient and precise, offering you the lessons needed to build true authority within yourself. In the training halls of Shaolin, the same movement may be repeated thousands of times. A single kick, a single stance, a single breath. To the outside eye, it may look like nothing is changing, but within, layer by layer, patience is being forged. The body learns precision, the mind learns endurance, and slowly the spirit learns to wait without impatience. This is the essence of cultivation. Results do not appear when you demand them. They emerge when the foundation is strong enough to carry them. Just as a tree does not rush to bear fruit, a practitioner does not rush to mastery. Growth hidden beneath the surface is as important as what is seen above. The danger is in desperation. When you cling too tightly to outcomes, you close your hands around emptiness. Desire becomes frantic, and the more you grasp, the more distant the result feels. Shaolin wisdom teaches detachment, not because results do not matter, but because obsession blinds you to the natural unfolding of time. Through repetition, a discipline forms where effort is steady, but the heart remains light. You practice, not for the reward in the moment, but to become the kind of person who is ready when the reward finally arrives. Detachment does not mean indifference, it means trust. Trust that what is meant will come, and when it comes, you will have the strength to hold it. This balance of effort and letting go is the secret of mastery. Work with full attention. Release the need for immediate gain. In this way, you walk the middle path, free from desperation, yet fully committed. And when the moment ripens, the universe delivers to hands that are open, not grasping. Discipline is often misunderstood as a burden, something heavy that restricts freedom. But in the Shaolin path, discipline is devotion. It is the quiet way of saying to the universe, I am preparing, I am listening, I am ready. Every breath in meditation, every posture held in silence, every movement repeated until the muscles ache. These are offerings of trust. The masters of old did not train for recognition or applause. They trained because they understood that life moves in cycles and opportunities come like passing doors. If you are unprepared when the door opens, it closes before you can step through. Daily discipline ensures that whenever the moment arrives, you meet it with strength instead of hesitation. Think of the archer. He does not wait for the battlefield to string his bow. Each day he sharpens his focus, draws the string, steadies his breath. When the time comes, his body does not tremble because preparation has already shaped him. In the same way, meditation is not waiting, it is sharpening. Breath work is not stillness, it is alignment. Movement is not routine, it is readiness. This steady rhythm of practice builds a foundation deeper than desire. It trains the body to be strong, the mind to be clear, and the spirit to be unshaken. When discipline is lived daily, you no longer need to ask the universe to deliver. You simply declare through action, I am ready. And the universe responds to readiness. It does not favor those who plead, but those who prepare. Each day you keep your practice. You step closer to alignment with what is meant for you. Discipline then is not punishment. It is faith in motion. It is trust carried out through breath, silence, and repetition. In Buddhist teaching, emptiness is often misunderstood. Many hear the word and think of loss, of nothingness, of a void without meaning. But in truth, emptiness is potential. It is the open sky that allows the bird to fly, the hollow vessel that carries water, the quiet mind that can receive wisdom. Without emptiness, nothing new can enter. The Shaolin masters trained not only the body but also the heart to let go, to release clutter, both physical and emotional. A cluttered space distracts. A cluttered mind suffocates. A cluttered heart cannot welcome what is waiting to arrive. When fear, old wounds, and fixed expectations fill every corner, the universe has no place to offer its gifts. There is a story of a student who came to a master with endless questions, his mind already full of opinions and certainty. The master poured tea into the student's cup until it overflowed. See, he said, you ask for more, but your cup is already full. Until you empty it, nothing else can enter. Emptiness requires courage, to release fear of the unknown, to loosen your grip on how things must unfold, to drop the weight of expectations that only bind you to disappointment. It is a discipline of trust, of stepping into the vast space of not knowing and allowing life to fill it with what is right. When the self is emptied of clutter and fear, it becomes like clear water, reflecting truth, flowing freely, nourishing all it touches. This is why Buddhism calls emptiness wisdom. It is not the end of fullness but the beginning of it. Only when the vessel is cleared can it be filled. Only then can the universe deliver what is truly yours. In the Shaolin Temple, training is never meant to be easy. The stances are low, the strikes repeated until the body trembles, the test designed to press a student beyond comfort. This is not cruelty, it is wisdom. Resistance is the weight that forges strength. Without it, power remains untested, fragile like a blade never touched by fire. Obstacles in life follow the same principle. They arrive not as punishments but as teachers. Each block forces you to slow down, to look inward, to discover resources you did not know you carried. A monk who struggles with a heavy staff learns not only the strength of his arms, but the patience of his breath, the focus of his mind, and the discipline of his spirit. The staff is not an enemy, it is a guide. When life presents hardship, it is easy to ask, why me? But the deeper question is, what is this showing me? The harder the obstacle, the more precise the lesson. A closed door may teach resilience. A betrayal may teach discernment. A failure may teach humility. The challenge itself reveals where growth is required. Shaolin teaching reminds us that smooth paths make weak travelers. Just as a mountain climber builds strength through steep ascents, the spirit builds depth through trials. Each resistance faced with awareness becomes a step toward mastery. The key is not to fight the obstacle blindly, nor to collapse under its weight. It is to meet it with calm discipline, to listen to its message, and to allow it to shape you. In time you come to see that every resistance is not against you, it is for you, guiding you toward the strength and wisdom already waiting within. In the old stories of the Shaolin masters, there is a lesson often repeated. Mastery is not about holding everything tightly in your grip. It is about knowing when to act with precision and when to release your hold. Like the bow and arrow, your task is to draw the string with full strength, aim with clarity and release. Once the arrow leaves your hand, the path belongs to the wind. Many mistake mastery for control. They think if they work harder, Plan more carefully, force outcomes with enough energy, life will obey them. But the more you tighten your grip, the more fragile everything becomes. Water held too tightly slips through the fingers. Breath forced too harshly turns into suffocation. Balance is lost in the desire to control. Shaolin teaching shows another way, the dance between effort and surrender. In training, the student gives complete focus to every movement, every repetition, every breath. Yet when the form is performed, he lets go of thought. The body flows, the spirit leads, and the training carries him without force. This is mastery, not rigid control, but harmony. In life, the same truth applies. Do your work with all your strength. Give your attention, your discipline, your presence. But when the task is done, let go. Trust that the causes you have set in motion will unfold in their time. The calmness born from this balance is not passive, it is powerful. It bridges the gap between human effort and the larger rhythm of destiny. When effort and surrender walk together, you are no longer trapped by fear of failure or hunger for reward. You move in harmony with life itself. And in that harmony, the path ahead reveals itself with clarity. There is a paradox in the human heart. People say they want peace, success, or love. Yet when these arrive, fear rises to push them away. The fear of losing what is gained. The fear of change, disrupting the familiar. The fear of being unworthy of what has been offered. In this way, many unconsciously reject the very things they have prayed for. In ancient teaching, fear is seen as a gatekeeper. It stands before every gift, testing the strength of your readiness. If you cling to fear, the gate remains closed. If you meet it with calm, the gate opens. Calm does not mean indifference, it means the courage to receive without trembling. Consider a monk in training who has finally mastered a difficult form. When the master calls him forward to demonstrate, doubt rushes in. What if I fail? What if I am not good enough? If he listens to this fear, he shrinks back and rejects the opportunity to step into his growth. But if he breathes, centers himself, and allows calm to guide him, he accepts the moment fully and the path unfolds. Life offers us gifts in the same way, sometimes in the form of opportunity, sometimes in the form of love, sometimes in the quiet opening of a new path. If the heart is closed by fear, these gifts pass by unnoticed. But when the heart is steady and calm, wide like an open field, it can receive without resistance. This is why inner mastery is so vital. Discipline quiets fear, calm softens the grip of doubt, and in that stillness, you learn to accept what is already yours, without hesitation, without resistance, without fear. Calmness is the quiet power that shapes destiny. It is the discipline to trust timing, the patience to keep practicing, and the wisdom to see obstacles as guides. When you choose stillness over panic, presence over reaction, you place yourself in harmony with the flow of life. From that harmony, what belongs to you comes without force. Carry this teaching into your day. Breathe with awareness, move with discipline, and trust that every moment has its purpose. The universe delivers not to those who grasp in desperation, but to those who are steady enough to receive. Thank you for walking this path with us. May your calm become your strength, and your strength a light for others. You are always welcome here at Shaolin Soulfire. If these teachings speak to you, like this video and subscribe, so together we can continue to walk in wisdom and presence.